how much it actually costs nowadays to open your own agency.
In Ras Al Khaimah, in a free zone, it's about what, 25,000 dirham?
Setup would be different because you would need HR, you would need admin, you would need manager. Companies chase agents. They headhunt them. They send the messages on LinkedIn. What do you think are the biggest mistakes that agents make nowadays?
What happens is that you train agents, and when they close one or two deals, they have a different mindset.
Here you are today, dressed like Italian mafia, talking about blood.
Yeah.
You might think it's another podcast on real estate, but it's actually about what happens beyond it. Welcome to the RAK Girl, Beyond Real Estate, and today I'm here with my dearest friend, someone I closed the deal with, the same market, different journeys. Welcome, Junaid.
Thank you for inviting me.
We are both in Ras Al Khaimah. I'm not sure if you come from Dubai background or not. I want to know, how was it for you and where did it start? Did you dream about a real estate career and when it all happened for you?
I've been in real estate in UAE since almost 14 years. Pre-COVID, I was in Dubai. I started in real estate about, I think, in 2015 early.
Wow.
I've been in a couple of nice companies, well-known companies. I've worked in a developer as well in Dubai. As per real estate, coming to real estate, I've been in sales from a long time. I started working in sales when I was 17, so it's close to like 20 plus years I've been in sales. I think I'm good at sales. I mean, I'm born with it. Plus, you polish with experience. As per coming to this field, my family, from my mother's side, from my father's side, they're both in real estate. They're into private construction back in my country, in Pakistan. So yeah, it runs in the blood, you can say.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So yeah, this is how it started. I think I came in 2013 in UAE. I started with business development. I was in a media advertising company. And then I had someone whom I was living with, and he told me that I see you coming into real estate. And that's where the curse started. The day he said after 6 months, yeah, you can say, curse, or it's real estate is like lifestyle, right?
It's an addiction.
So he saw me, exactly. It's blood on your tongue. Once you have it, you can't get away from it. So yeah, so this is how it started. The day he said it, I think right after 6-7 months, I came into real estate. And yeah, almost 14 years in.
And here you are today, dressed like Italian mafia, talking about blood.
Yeah.
Curses.
Yeah.
So
this is surprising. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
It was not part of the plan, right?
I spent the whole day with the clients and I just jumped over here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what it is, right?
Yeah.
Can I ask you, what is it in real estate except success? What is it in there for you, and how you are still in this field over all these years? Have you ever thought of quitting, switching to something else? Because I'm sure you had your own ups and downs, right?
Yeah, look, real estate is not a career, let's be honest. The people we're not seasonal, we're not agents who just saw the market, who, that the market is going good, and so we jumped into it. So I made a career out of it. I remember back in 2018, 16, 17, real estate in terms of sale or transaction, it was totally different. Now the market is on different hike, different peak. So the pure sales, strategy is not there. You have clients interested, okay, out of 10, you'll close someone. But back then it used to be a proper, to pursue someone, then manage their finances. Where are they looking for? Yeah, social media has helped around as well after COVID hit. But yeah, at that time, it was hardcore transactions. Now, yeah, with knowledge, things get a bit easier. Plus, we know that dynamics of real estate in UAE, we haven't seen something like this before. So so again, it's not a career, it's a lifestyle. I like this lifestyle, waking up with motivation every day. Every day is a new day is a very common thing, but when you live it, it's different. And every day you need to be self-motivated. It's being an entrepreneur. You have a business in another company's business, right? If you are into real estate, you're an agent. This is how I take it. Now, alhamdulillah, I have my own company. But I mean, since this whole time, I had this mentality that I have a small business managed by another company. So I've always thought of being, as a, businessman, how to take it forward. Now, obviously, things are different, but yeah, this is how it has been. So for me, it's not a career, it's a lifestyle. You're on work 24/7. I like this, yeah. And it's on your convenience. I know you have to schedule, you fix your schedules as well, but it starts with your convenience. You have your own times when you are totally on, when you have your times when you're totally off. You need vacations. Okay, I'm going to go tomorrow.
Ever totally off?
Yeah, so many times. It happens.
Unreachable.
I'm pretty sure we know each other since almost a year now, right? I think I've been...
You've never been unreachable to me.
Not unreachable. Yeah, not unreachable.
Ready to do
but
business.
Yeah, I'm always like, I want to take a day off. I'm in some other country. So, but yeah, obviously the phone is obviously on. But you change your atmosphere. You're human in the end, right? So there are ups and downs. There are things that are not predictable as well. You give you 100%. That's all you do it, right? Rest, God helps you.
What is your motivation in this beyond money, and who you are outside of this field? You mentioned that 24/7 you are Junaid, real estate, now your own business, we will talk about it as well. But who you are outside real estate, and what is it beyond money that keeps you and holds you in this?
Money is always there, right? But I've never taken, there is a part, right? But I've never thought of this way that I'm here to make money. Yes, I'm here to make money. But the way of conducting business is to guide the people right. If you have clients who trust you, money will follow anyways. So this is how I take this business. It's not about money. Money comes in. If you're good with your work, you're working hard, it will come one day or another. So, but this is how I think. This is how I take it. Rest. I am a father of two beautiful sons, and I'm a husband. I'm a family guy, by being honest. I have a whole family. I'm the eldest son.
Right.
Yeah, I am a friend. We don't, in the age that we are in, we don't have much friends. But when we go to your friends, we're totally different. I used to DJ as a hobby as well.
Nice.
Yeah, but with time, when your kids grow up, you don't have time. I travel a lot. I don't think I have ever thought, okay, not this time, the next time. So whenever I feel like refreshing myself, I'm probably in the mountains. I'm probably somewhere else.
You're often in the mountains, yeah, but you always pick up the call.
Yeah, always pick up the call. Business has to be done anyway.
Right.
So, yeah. This is how it is. A friend, a father, a son, a brother. So I'm a family guy in the end.
I want to have a real talk on what do you think are the biggest mistakes that agents make nowadays in this market when they enter the industry?
First of all, I tell this to every agent I have trained. You need to grind yourself for the first year. You don't care about what the money is coming or not. If you have enough experience is knowledge. Knowledge is, when you speak, power. And it's power. Yes, you define it the right way. So that's where it lacks. Right now in this market, most of the agents who are newbies, they're always after money. Real estate is about legacy. This is what I think. Guiding the clients right way. Patience is very important.
Do you have patience?
Yeah, I do have. I'm a very patient guy, by the way.
I'm not patient at all.
I'm very patient. But sales requires patience. So I'm a very calm-minded person. I have, a lot of arguments turn into a conversation with me. With a lot of people. Why? Because I try to solve a situation instead of creating a problem.
Correct.
So, and this is one of the core values, anyone who's in sales, they require. It's not only in sales, in your daily life, right? So, yeah, patience is very important. You need to actually have someone as a mentor whom you can look up to. That's very important. I've always had this thing in my mind when I entered real estate, and luckily I always got those people who worked on me, as managers, as teachers. I'm still in contact with my manager 14 years ago when I entered real estate.
He was the figure that shaped you.
Yeah.
That
I mean, different chapters, different times, but yeah, I remember them. I'm still in contact with almost everyone. Mentorship, always look up to someone who is into choosing the right real estate. Basically, would be the right words. Why? Because if you go to a company and you do not know who is there to manage you, who is there to motivate you, who is there to train you, so you need to look up. You need to have a mentor at least. To start up with, so he can guide you, he can shape you in a way which is going to be easier for you later on, right? So that's where it lacks. Why? Because currently anyone who has like 500,000, 600,000 dirhams, he is ready to open up a real estate company.
We
right?
need to discuss that.
Okay.
Can you give me and everyone a tip of how much it actually costs nowadays to open your own agency, especially knowing that you also recently had to go through this journey? What are the actual costs? And does it even make sense for someone who is selling well? And what we define as well, how much you need to sell in order to need to open your own company?
Okay. So look, I would suggest to you that cost is not the important part over here. I'll tell you why. Why? You'll spend a minimum amount to get a license done, but there is operating cost. In Ras Al Khaimah, in a free zone, it's about what, 25,000 dirhams? But that's just the start.
And Dubai?
In Dubai, but again, operating cost just to get a license, it's about close to 150,000 dirhams. I'm not sure, but it's just...
Okay.
But obviously you need to have a physical office, right? Depends on what's your vision. Are you looking to hire a set of 20 people, 10 people? It takes time. And then operating costs is a lot. And then plus the responsibility to run a proper business. If you're looking to get into a proper, opening up a real estate company and you're just one person and you don't care about your marketing, you don't care about, a lot of things,
and
then
you have
it's fine.
100 empty tables, of course.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
So it's the running cost is a lot. And it totally depends on what exactly you have in your mind, right? Now there's marketing, there's this, there's that.
What was it in your mind? Let's talk about you.
It's been 7 years I'm in Ras Al Khaimah. I at least can say that I'm one of the most experienced people in real estate in Ras Al Khaimah. For me, when I decided, it was a decision that we did. I was into a partnership before I started the company, so I already have this experience. Things happen, and every day is not a Sunday, so ups and downs again. So I decided to
do it by
keep
yourself.
my own name safe, and you have reputation
not
in the market.
Not to depend on anyone affecting your performance.
So for me, it was a quick decision. I won't call it an impulsive decision. I saw it coming, but I took my time. I took the right decision.
Right.
So for me, when I started, I don't want to hire anyone.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me why.
Why? Because look, first of all, I'm running a business, right?
Yes.
I'm the one who has started the business. I don't want to spend my time on everyone.
Educating someone who will exit the door tomorrow. Yeah.
Exactly. So look, what happens is that you train agents, and when they close one or two deals, they have a different mindset, right? So, but this is part of the game. It's nothing personal or something like that. But yeah, this happens in the business. So I have a lot of, alhamdulillah, I've been in this industry. A lot of people know me. I have clientage from day one. I've been in real estate since 14 years, so I've got a good number of people, whom I give a call and they're ready to invest. I wanted to keep it solo for a year at least. Why? Because I wanted to focus on myself.
So basically, it's a one-man show. You just operated under your own license?
Yeah, look, so again, as I told you in the start, I'm a family guy. So me and my younger brother Hamza, so we started. So it's me and him. We're partners with each other. So it's a family business now.
Right.
He is good at a lot of things. I'm good at a lot of things. So we blended it. And, we came up with this idea. So J&H, Junaid Hamza Properties. So coming back to the point, I don't want to waste my time on everyone, right? If I want someone, if I know someone that, okay, this guy will add value to me, I will definitely go ahead with that. I will not lose that chance.
Right.
But am I up for hiring everyone? No. Why? Because my way of working is totally different. Time is money in this field. In this
and
field.
that setup would be different because you would need HR, you would need admin, you would need manager, you would need those jobs, like bigger office.
So look, I mean, that's that's not the point. The point is that am I choosing this as, hiring and keeping agents or not, right?
That's because it will take from your sales.
It's going to take my time.
And this time could be invested in closing deals.
Ras Al Khaimah, this time that Ras Al Khaimah is facing, it's not going to come back after 5-10 years.
Okay.
It's a very, it's a big fact.
Fair
it's quite obvious. Ras Al Khaimah is in the making. If I lose this time, this is not going to come back, right? I have people who are approaching me. They know me. I've trained them. They want to come. They want to be hired. They like the way I work. I believe in transparency.
They approach you and they want to work for you.
Yeah, look, every company does that. Every person who opens up a company is approached by
Usually
people.
companies chase agents. They headhunt them. They send the messages on LinkedIn and give them calls and stuff
but I'm
like
not
that.
into it. I'm not into it.
Right.
Why? Because I have my own style. If someone as an agent is inheriting my listings, my clients from me, he has to be responsible enough. So I've tasted this experience. Ras Al Khaimah is not a big market, right? So you need to this is the reason why I came in, because I saw there was a huge gap in agents who are not professional. I knew I could fit in and I could make my name. So I would definitely look for someone. If I'm looking, maybe tomorrow I had someone, but if he's fitting up to my expectations. So this is the point. There are people who are good in the market. There are a couple of agents who are very good. They're well established. They're well known. But again, hiring new agents, then putting up their time, and will they be able to cope up with what you expect out of them, the way you train them or not? This is another. So it's a question mark. So I don't want to waste my time with this time period. Probably I'll hire someone, but if all the things are ticking up, the checks box, I'm good to go.
Someone senior, someone that doesn't need to be babysitted.
Yeah, I'm very serious with my reputation. The company is reflecting my reputation, right? So I need to make sure that anyone who's representing my company is well established, well trusted.
That's the challenge.
Transparent.
A lot of companies are
why?
facing,
Because there's a very thin line between wrong and right. I think we've discussed this before as well. There's a very thin line between right and wrong. And I try to stay over the right side. That thin line is a very big line for me. So that's what I believe in. And probably in the future, yes, maybe I will hire. Maybe I'll come up with a team of 20 people when the time is right. Right? But right now, this time is not going to come again. So I don't want to waste this time, right?
I have 2 questions for you right here.
Sure.
From what you just said.
Yeah.
First, about the thin line, I like what you said. What would be for you that uncompromisable mistake, that something unforgivable, or the time when you personally had to walk out from the deal because something was happening, which is you cannot accept? This is your non-negotiable standard, let's say. Okay,
so there has been numerous times that I have walked out of the deal.
I'm sure.
Numerous times. First of all, I don't work with every agent. My main motto is to control the deal. Why? Because I know how, if I'm controlling the deal, I'm gonna close it for sure. So listings have to be yours. This is what my thinking is. If you are having the listings, if you have the seller, you control the deal. When you have another person who is in the deal, maybe he's not, matching up to your expectation, or you guys are not synchronizing with each other, then it has happened numerous times where the seller or the buyer has been really frustrated, or there is some amount being, put up which is not supposed to be there. I don't do these things. So then, the way of working, I'm very choosy with people. I'm pretty sure I'm not a very social guy. So I'm, very less people whom I work with, including you. So this is the reason.
Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about Ras Al Khaimah multiple times, that we all know it's small and it's a growing market, but you mentioned something that people here are not as maybe advanced or as open or as they are in Dubai, in big cities, where we have higher volumes and a more dynamic lifestyle. Like it's a big village, basically. Everyone knows everyone. And that said, you mentioned it's like adding complications, because 7 years here, I can imagine that you've been through something. Can you talk about that a bit?
So this is a big topic.
It's a very big and deep topic, yeah.
Yeah. So look, I'll tell you why. You've been in Dubai, so your pace of life is how you work, right? The pace of life in Dubai is very fast. When you come and switch to Ras Al Khaimah is a peaceful place. The pace slows down.
Not anymore.
Yeah. So that takes a lot of time actually to adjust with. First of all, I remember it took me 6 months to understand the mentality of people in Ras Al Khaimah. Right. So it takes time. First of all, obviously, if it's the work is going with slow pace, people try to understand things. It's not a fast-paced decision. Then things are different, right? So then the market, obviously, people are there. It's not only the buyers and sellers. It's the people, the developers, the agents, the agencies. Now things are changing. First of all, yeah. But if you go in like 2 years back, to companies which had good name, they're not ready to spend money on marketing.
And you mentioned something about jealousy, didn't you?
Yes, there is. Look, this is a part of the game everywhere. Even I'm pretty sure all around the world. Even back in your country, back in my country, it's there. People are quiet over here. They will watch you, but they will not talk to you. They will not talk about you, or they will not admire you. This is what I have seen. It doesn't matter, but it's
call it a syndrome of a small city or a syndrome of a village.
Well, it has to change. Now Ras Al Khaimah is not a small city anymore, right? We have about 40,000 units coming in, right? We have the region's first casino coming in. So many things are opening up. I mean, just in last one and a half month, look at MENA, what sort of beach clubs that they have opened, the fine dinings. I mean, things are getting into a different direction. So people need to understand, right? In short, if you don't change and adapt with time, you'll be left behind, right? So maybe that's going to be one of the reasons. But I am a very adaptive guy. I can go anywhere and I can change myself into, and in Urdu we call it jaisa desh waisa base. So it means like however the place is, your clothings are like that. So I mean, you just have to adapt. It's one of the most core values to be successful anywhere in any field, right?
Tell me something. So 7 years in Dubai, 7 years in Ras Al Khaimah, another 7 years Abu Dhabi?
No, Ras Al Khaimah, for sure.
So here,
by the way,
you
Ras
see
Al Khaimah
huge
was not
potential.
planned. I was not planning on Ras Al Khaimah, I'll be honest. I got married right before COVID, a few days before COVID hit. By the way, tomorrow is my wedding anniversary, so it's just
nice.
6 years back, almost 7 years back, 7 years. So my wife her family is based in Ras Al Khaimah.
Right.
I was, for some reasons in my family, I had to shift back to Pakistan for one and a half years. I was coming and going, but I was based back in Pakistan. Then my wife started working over here. She was working in Dubai with me, but then she shifted here since I was not there. And we got married, and just a few days after COVID hit, I stayed in the apartment, which I actually took it as like a short Airbnb. I stayed there for almost 1.5 years. And it was in Hamra. And then I saw, my wife was affiliated to real estate. Her father is into construction as well. We started talking. Then luckily I got in touch with the right people. I saw that there is a gap that needs to be filled. And this is how I actually entered in Ras Al Khaimah.
Question.
Yeah.
For the agent who came from Dubai, like me, to Ras Al Khaimah, were you not scared of the small ticket?
No. Look, if there are always two ways. If the ticket size is less, the volume has to increase. Right? But then with time, you don't care about the volume. You care about the price tag.
Right.
Now if I have a lead which is X amount less than that, I'm going to pass it to someone, one of my colleagues, agents, whom I have trained, probably to another person.
Okay, so you're saying like you're not selling studios, let's say.
No. Yeah, maybe for some scenarios. I haven't done leased a unit. I don't think so since last 4.5, 5 years.
Unless it's some VIP client.
Someone who is my own client.
You don't want him to go left or right.
Yeah.
You just give him full service where.
That's. So I try to stay above at least 1.5 million. Now, obviously, the prices are increasing here. So for the past 3 years, 4 years, this was the minimum, threshold. You have to have 1.5 million to be invested.
Correct.
So now we're working on 3 million, 3 plus millions, right?
And
that's the minimum benchmark.
It's just that the lower priced units, they attract different quality of leads, different quality of buyers who probably don't have, even 10%, and they still just at the very early stage testing the waters. So the amount of time you spend on converting this lead is the same amount where you can sell the 3 villas on Falcon.
You're totally right.
A full floor.
You're totally right. But you know what do I do? I would never leave a client. My amount of attention might decrease with the time. Maybe he's not in the stage of actually, going ahead and moving forward for a transaction, right? But I wouldn't not get out of touch with that person. I think this is one of my qualities. I will be there. I'm always, again, as we spoke, I always try to solve a problem. So most of my clients who are now with me are basically those clients who started with having information. They were not probably in the market at that time.
How long is the longest that it took to convert?
There is a client whom I was in touch with almost 6 months. And there was one client who actually went up till 1 year as well. There was a client who already bought in Ras Al Khaimah, and the agent was so irresponsible that he just literally did not complete the paperwork. He was left in between. So he got in touch with me, and I didn't charge him anyways, but I was there with him. I got everything
the mess
done.
From someone else.
Yeah. So I took the responsibility to, I wanted, why? Because, the point is to, again, my motto is not to go after the money. My motto is to basically go after the client. If he's happy, money's going to come anyways, right?
Yeah.
Now, that client, he was based in Canada. So he went back to Canada. Now we speak almost after every week or so. Day before yesterday, he made me speak to someone who's interested in buying a property in Ras Al Khaimah. So building up a relation is very important, right? So so this is generally, I would never leave someone who so you need to look by experience, okay, this guy is going to buy, but maybe it's not the right time right now, right? You already filter out when you speak. The first conversation will tell you, okay, what's the stage of the person, right? Maybe he's interested. Maybe he's genuinely looking for information. He's lost, or he's just,
confused.
He just wants to get to know about it. So you get to know about it. I can, by this time, you can actually, by the walk of the client, you can tell if he's going to buy or not, right? One more very important thing. Look, you need to understand how the cycle works in real estate. Let's say Ras Al Khaimah. It doesn't matter, but let's talk about Ras Al Khaimah. I think there are 4 stages of a client. First layer is when he starts grabbing information, starts developing interest. Now I know it's an age of social media. Even if you're not a buyer, you know what's going on in real estate.
Or his uncle bought, and now he's interested.
So then the second stage comes in where he's actually interested, and he starts speaking to someone. Right. The third stage is when he gets to know, I can buy this and this is it for me. The fourth stage is the purchasing decision, right? So typically filter out your clients in these 4 stages, right? And if you get to know, okay, for example, this guy is in stage number 1. I know it's going to take probably another month, right? By the pace. So you filter out your clients. And let's be honest, real estate is all about stress handling, right?
And filtering, absolutely.
Right. So it's all about your mind. Yeah. So where to keep the client in what stage it is, and then you give your attention according to that situation. One person has only 50,000 dirhams, right? Maybe another person has 5 million dirhams. Maybe there's another person who has 500,000 dirhams, right? So if I just include the cost, right now, So their mind will be settled up. Okay, this is the cost that I need. Maybe he doesn't need that much money. Maybe he needs way more money, right? So this is the reason why I'm not speaking about the money. Yeah, but it takes a lot. You know how social media works. I pay my social media guy at least 10,000 dirhams a month. That's the starting price, right? So
And is he here or in Dubai?
he's based in Dubai, but we have a very good
I was
relation.
also still dealing, just something that we discussed maybe 1 hour back. I was also still dealing with Dubai services because Ras Al Khaimah doesn't have the supply of certain things we're used to.
Ras Al Khaimah has no supply. There's shortage everywhere.
And that is why now it's perfect time for all these startups that are coming, because all these people, they need to be fed, transported, entertained, groomed. There is, like, can you name the industries where, let's say, you would personally put your money to open business today in Ras Al Khaimah to be like the first?
Okay, so there's a lot of businesses, I'll be honest. Events, for example.
But that's
This place is
seasonal,
going to
no?
be lit up 3 years from now on with events.
But that's seasonal, right? Summer is dead.
There is a season for, there's an event for every season,
Okay.
right? So if you have an event company, fine dining, we still lack fine dinings. You can name the good restaurants on your tip, right?
But how about supply? Would you be able to profit?
Yeah, for sure. Look,
Already now?
no, things are opening up slowly now, but there is a supply shortage, right? Good restaurants, we don't have much. Services, we don't have much. You know what the number of licenses that have been registered under RAK is last year were majority services and trading. So trading is one of the most important business that if you want to invest in or you want to start a business, you need to look into trading as well. Why? Because Ras Al Khaimah is a chain of manufacturing.
That's a very important and interesting topic that you picked. The licenses opened in trade zone, are they all operational? A lot of people just get that for visa, so they don't actually run a proper company.
You know what? Look, I'll tell you what. This is a common man's perception that I'll take a license and I'll just keep it. I just get the visas. No, it's not that case. There are 30 different departments from the government which will start following up with you if you have not done those things properly. Okay. For example, if you have not registered for your corporate tax within the 90 days of your license, you will be penalized, right? So that's not the case anymore. Which I can say probably it's a perception of some sort of people that the company is there, I don't need to do anything. Right, then you have to do your for a real estate. It's AML. It's very important. Right. You cannot get away from this. And I mean, as a company, if we're looking for another 20 years at least, you cannot get away from this. You have to have your own transactions recorded, right? So this is there. Then tax, VAT, so many things. So you can now. That's not the case anymore. Which you just keep a company. Okay, even if you have a company which is on the side because you just want to have visas, but you have to do these things, even if you're not into the business, right?
Yeah.
So the authorities will be looking up into your trade license that what's the activity going on over there, right? There is a reason why the government of the UAE has introduced different sort of visas, right? Golden visas, retirement visas, right? There is a reason why that, right? Because that's why, because when a business is registered, it has to be a business, not a shell company, or maybe a shell company, I don't know, but you cannot just keep it there just for the sake of having visas. So this is the reason why I was telling you cannot put a cap on the expenditures. Why? Because there's so many expenditures. Okay, if I want to go in brand development, personal branding, I have to spend a good amount of money. And keep in mind, there's a lot of competition in social media, right?
Yeah.
So the more money you spend, it seems like it's less, right? Dynamics of marketing is changing as well. Why? Because if you open up a company, this is a fact I'm telling you, Daria. If you open up a company and you're thinking that, day one I'm going to start receiving leads, you might receive leads, but are they qualified or not? As per me, you have to burn at least 200,000 dirhams for getting the right percentage of qualified leads.
At least some of them to be actual proper leads.
Right.
Yeah.
So you cannot just open up a company. Why? Because I think I'm prepared for that. You're not. So you need to speak to someone. It's very important if you're opening up a real estate company. And I've seen a lot of agents within the past 3 years who thought, okay, I am fully prepared. I have 50K, 200,000 dirhams, and now I'm going to bang, I'm going to come with a big bang. And the amount of new companies that are opening up, there's a huge ratio of the amount of companies closing as well. I've seen people coming, I've seen people going as well.
So it's not about success or self-belief, of course, it's structure.
I'll give an example. Recently, I know a kid, I know he has potential, but wrong decision, joined the wrong company.
Or wrong partner.
And then just because I want to, this ego thing comes in that, I'm fully prepared, I can do that. Yeah. And now he's stuck. So this is very important, right? So opening up a company is not the remedy that, you will be fully, as a businessman, right? So there's a lot of things.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So this is the reason why I'm not prepared to hire someone until unless I have a proper basic function of my ecosystem of the company which is running, right?
Tell me something. Aside from real estate, have you ever run any business? Because a lot of people from the industry, they have like a barber shop or something, or some small cafeteria, or successful business which is fully aligned. Like I used to manage beauty salons and run a clinic. So now my focus is in real estate, but we are all business people after all. So we know what it takes. And from my experience, I don't want to be in charge of any business because I know what you don't have freedom. You are working 24/7 and you don't see money. At least when you work for someone, they take care of you. They give you your package, you can negotiate the terms for a better package, like better commission split or something.
Wallahi, you have actually touched the exact right thing. That's a silver lining. If I've been an agent myself, right? I expect certain things from a company. Right. Now, as a company, if I'm not able to provide those things, I don't want to go into hiring people, right? And I have certain criteria, right? I just don't want to hire an agent who's very well experienced and I can just use him. No, I want them to have a proper career, right? And again, maybe I hire someone tomorrow whom I think, okay, he is or she is the person. I am in touch, but again, that's a separate topic. But this is the reason why people need to understand running a business is totally different than being in real estate as an agent.
Being successful,
you have to sacrifice
sales
one
person,
of them at least, right? Either you run a business or either you run yourself as an agent. In the end, you're still a business, right? As an agent, you're a business.
That's a company within a company. Yeah, you have your assistants, you have your things. Yeah.
So unless and until you have a number of recorded transactions, you have a deal and you can call at least 5 people who will be ready to send you a check within the next 1 hour.
Okay.
You cannot.
In terms of volume of transactions, let's say what is the minimum amount you need to transact that you would recommend, or you would say like, that's it, just quit the company and open your own business?
Well, Daria, I cannot define this. I'll tell you why.
For Ras Al Khaimah.
Even in Ras Al Khaimah, I'll tell you why. Look, the core of the business is the same everywhere. You go anywhere, the core is the same. Maybe in the first 10 transactions, you find someone who's ready to transact with you anytime when you find a good deal, right? Maybe in the next 100 deals, you might not be able to find someone who is your proper investor, right? So this I cannot define, but yes, you need to give yourself a target. Okay, look, you have to plan, right? Everything works on planning. If I am here as in real estate, right? I started today. I need to look at myself in the next 3 years. What I am doing right now will probably start reflecting in the next 1.5, 2 years, right? So you have to plan it. You cannot just go and dive into it just because I would just want to open up a license.
Yeah, but see, like the license cost here is at least 4 or 5 times cheaper than Dubai. So what I'm saying is that don't you think that it's a big opportunity for Dubai people from the industry, or just like people who are into business, to come to RAK and to do it here, just because RAK offers you better packages in terms of costs and stuff?
I'll tell you what. Now, I'll give you an example. We all know we do not have RAK system installed yet in Ras Al Khaimah.
Not yet.
Right? We suffer at times, but we take leverage at times depending on the agents, right? So someone who is based in Dubai has a data card. I am based in Ras Al Khaimah. I do not have a data card, right? So I cannot go and do a transaction in Dubai. Maybe I'll do a developer's transaction, but if I have to do a proper transaction, which is ready property, I cannot do a transaction. Same is the case now. This is a proven thing. I'm telling you, I'm in touch with a lot of developers now. So they have this, minimum criteria that it's not a minimum criteria, but you need to have a local trade license if you're doing a transaction in Ras Al Khaimah.
Okay.
So there are numerous companies. One of the best top 10 companies are already here. I can tell you now. Big names. I don't want to name them.
No
but there are companies
the
which planned ahead and they are already having an operational business here.
But
Right?
tell me something. All these companies are pioneers who has been in the market in this emirate for 10 years, etc. Or there are some new companies who just brought Dubai management and
It's a mixture.
okay.
But I can tell you one thing. Goes for you, goes for me, and goes for any other agent who has been in this industry and in this field in Ras Al Khaimah for, let's say, 5+ years. Okay?
Okay.
Even if you get, again, we spoke about the dynamics are totally different in Dubai and Ras Al Khaimah, right? I'm not in the field, can you sell something in, let's say, Al Barari if you do not know about that? Provided, okay, you were lucky, the guy knew, and you had a property, that's being lucky, right? But would you be able to specialize somewhere in, let's suppose, Al Barari, right, to do a transaction over there?
No,
Or
absolutely
numerous?
not.
Exactly the same is the case with agents in Dubai or in Abu Dhabi or all of the other Emirates. They cannot do a transaction as we can do. Why? Because we are here. We know how things work, right? We are in touch with developers.
That's the problem, Junaid. Correct me if I'm wrong. Most of Ras Al Khaimah.
So you have a way, you have an edge on any other person. It doesn't matter if someone is here or there. The number of transactions you have done, the number of transactions I have done, we know if a new company opens up, they would require people for, to be experienced. That will require another 3 years, right? Now remember, there are 2 cycles for the next 10 years. The first cycle is off plan. We know for a fact, it doesn't matter if it's Ras Al Khaimah off plan, it doesn't matter if it's Abu Dhabi. Now you see every Dubai real estate agent's direction is towards Abu Dhabi.
Right. Yeah.
Before it was 2 years back, it was in Ras Al Khaimah, now it's in Abu Dhabi. So we know for a fact that the landing footfall of any investor is most probably in Dubai. He will land in Dubai. So that's why any developer who is launching a project, it doesn't matter if it's in Al Quwain, Dubai obviously, but Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah or Abu Dhabi, they have to use the agents in Dubai, right?
Okay.
That's the cycle number 1. Off plan. What about
that? Was my question actually.
the next chapter, which is the main chapter. This is a small next 2-3 years game. What will happen after that? When these 40,000 plus units are ready,
the same agents cannot sell it.
right? And even if they shift over here, do they have the experience of the cycle that you have experienced?
Absolutely not.
No, not at all. So we are, the Ras Al Khaimah is in the making, we are in the making. But when all of this market is up and running, we guys will be untouchable. I'm telling you for sure. Why? Because the amount of transactions we have done, the grinding we have done, the hard work we have done, and the knowledge that we've got out of it. Now, you are doing offline resale, right?
Absolutely.
You're specializing in that, right? Most of the units that you're dealing with in secondary, the primary units were sold from Dubai.
By Dubai agent to international buyers.
Right.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
They are coming to you.
Just because there is casino, they probably didn't even have to go to Ras Al Khaimah. They just sold it over WhatsApp or Zoom call, and that's it. Guys, there is casino, you need to buy. You will triple, quadruple your profit in the next 6 months. You pay 20%, you cash out. But this is not what
Exactly,
reality
right?
is.
So, again, silver lining, in the next 4 years, my market share will be way more higher than any other company that will be coming in. Why? Because out of those 40,000 units coming up, if I am able to cater or I am able to touch at least, let's say, 8,000 units, that's a huge number of contacts that we're dealing with, right? So this is an edge anywhere you will go. I'm not going to sell something which I cannot work on, right? Maybe a transaction luckily happens, okay, it's fine. But what about everyday life, right? You have to specialize somewhere, right? So I'm specialized in Ras Al Khaimah in certain areas. I know you're specialized in certain areas. This experience of this time period will take us to an edge that is going to be untouchable for us. No one can come and touch us.
You're already untouchable, Junaid. You're one of the most successful agents and also very intelligent. Again, that's beyond real estate, that you have interests outside, in spite that you come from that background. But see, you have a very special approach, and that's what I like about you. You're very technical and very you give it like the personal touch from the point of where you would put your own money. And I know that because I transacted with you. I know there are people who purchased from you that like 7 years ago, and now you already resold it multiple times to different buyers, and you're coming to them and basically handling their portfolio. So yeah, the thing is that you are not seeing yourself like being seduced by Abu Dhabi, and let's say once the casino is operational and market here.
No, I want to take responsibility over a transaction, right? If I'm doing a transaction, I want to take a responsibility over it.
Yeah.
Now, we did a transaction recently with the new developer that has come up, but I know that they have a good portfolio, their quality is good, and I know I will be able to resell it. Right?
Exactly.
Right? So I'm not
I don't want to sell something which I will not be able to resell.
For a fact, this is how it is. This is how the world runs. Out of 100 agents, there will be in every company. If you have 30 agents, maybe 3 or 4 of them are doing the transaction.
Because selling off plan is easy. You just need to basically book the unit for the client who is... they are aware there is a system here already which is tax-free. You don't pay your capital gain. You can sustain till handover and then put it on rent, and they don't know whether they are going to use it as holiday home or not. So it's easy for them. Like, you have 100K, okay, this is your AOI, you pay it, and okay, well, let's choose for you the nice unit. They don't make even due diligence to understand what is the view exactly, and then they get surprised that it's not a pool view, it's not a sea view, it's actually facing towards the other building, But that is easy and fast happening. So, and of course, it's a big image that Dubai is about fast money. So people are chasing money. They want to close few off-plan sales, maybe, and go back to their country and, live happily.
I agree with you. At the same time, I would put my, point of view as well over here. Offline is not easy to sell. Keep in mind.
It's not.
But the brand that was affiliated with Ras Al Khaimah, Wynn is not, again, Wynn has its own cult, its own following. Okay? So, and let's be honest, it's a fact that in this region it is coming for the first time. So people don't know what actually goes on. Majority of the people who actually bought it in Ras Al Khaimah locally, let's say people who are residents over here, they bought it because they've been to Las Vegas, they've been to Macau, so they understand what the market is, right? So rest of the people, they don't know. It's all speculation. Okay, I don't know how it's going to work. The speculation is still in the market.
Correct.
It's a part of the game. We understand that. But why people bought it through these agents? Why? Because they knew how the market will appear, right? Macau, real estate hit 37 times of the OP when things started getting into operations.
Everywhere casino came in the world, market blasted.
Exactly. And keep in mind, it's just not a casino. Wynn is not coming. It's a waterfront property that is coming in. And let's be honest, the oldest casino is 20 years old from the Wynn Marjan Island. That's in Las Vegas. 20 years old property is an old property.
And it's not even waterfront.
Exactly, right? The casino is not there. If you are living on Marjan, I've spent 3 years in Marjan. I used to open up my door of the apartment to go to Zoom, and I feel like I'm in USSR.
Where did you stay? In Bab al Bahr or Pacific?
Yeah, I spent 3 years in Bab al Bahr.
Nice.
So I opened the door of my apartment and I feel like I'm in USSR. Yes. You know, I understand that there was an influx of investors that came in from Russia because of the Russia.
And there is Rixos next door.
Yeah.
Full of
Turkish
Russians.
brand, but huge fan following in the USSR.
Promoting Russians
Yeah.
only.
The point is that the 2024, the occupancy rate of Marjan Island in 2024 is mostly hotels, resorts. 76% occupancy rate. 2024. 2025, I'm pretty sure it's touching close to 82%. Right? Then again, keep in mind, we do not have, even supply of people who are long-term residents over here. What do we have in total? 1,700 townhouses and villas in Hamra?
Hamra, Mina is very fresh. Yeah,
close to 1,700-1,800 in townhouses in Mina. Do you think this is enough for the next 5 years?
No, of course not.
For long-term residents, reaching from 400,000 by 650,000.
Especially that people want to stay in a villa. Marjan doesn't really have a big villa supply. We only have Dana Bay. We have podium-built villas.
So look, Marjan, the Dana Bay, I consider them as commercial property. I'll be honest. It's more of people who bought it as either an investment property or a vacation home. It's not going to be a prime residence, right? Maybe someone chooses as a tenant. That's another thing. But as an investor, it's not going to be a prime property. Even the breakwater villas on Marjan, 30 million plus, right? Now we're talking about long-term residents, which are in Hamra, which are in Mina. We do not have enough supply. That's for a fact. I know it has been said so many times that people are bored of this fact, but the fact cannot be changed, right? So this is there. Apartments. Even if you go right now, if you go to look for a nice view apartment, if you live there, you know, I want to get this apartment, you will struggle to get that. It's a fact. So we do not have enough supply. Then on top of that, we are Ras Al Khaimah is a host for domestic tourism, is a host for international tourism. Plus, cherry on top, we have
residents.
Wind coming up. Cherry on top, we have manufacturing booming as it was never before. We are having a local electric vehicles plant that has been set up in Al Khulail free zone. You know, Sunreef Yachts, Google the name. They are the first in the region who started electric boats in the region, and they're manufacturing them in Ras Al Khaimah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then there's if you go into it, it's a long list.
It's a huge industrial hub.
People don't understand that.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, this becomes an ecosystem. Why? If there is so much of manufacturing, how is it going to be transported, right? Logistic comes in. That starts breathing its born. And when there's such a huge level of manufacturing, you have to have huge. By the way, I was about to mention, transportation business is one of the best businesses in Ras Al Khaimah as well. Keep in mind. So transportation comes in, logistics. Then you have retail. Then you have suppliers. So this is another whole lot of industries, which manufacturing is giving birth to as small businesses, right?
Correct.
So imagine 2025, I think under free zone, close to 24,700 something, close to 25,000 licenses were registered. Even out of them, if there are 10,000 trading licenses opened up with people who want to shift to Ras Al Khaimah, right? And let's say even out of 10,000, 5,000 people want to come and live over here. Do you have enough supply?
No, absolutely not.
Right?
Yeah.
Then now let's talk about wind factor. How many units are coming till 2030? Close to 40,000, let's say, including the Marjan Beach, which is getting announced now, right? 40,000 units. And I'm telling you, this 5.3 million visitors is way underrated for a fact. This
Absolutely.
will last badly. 5.3 million visitors, which is close to 570,000 visitors per night in a month, right? Against how many units? 40,000, including residential, hotel apartments, resorts, hotel keys, right? So you do the math. That's about 60,000 people per week against 40,000 people. So there's going to be a huge.
And sharings are not allowed.
Yeah. So shortage.
It should be all the segments of 3-star hotels, 4-star, 5-star should be from super affordable to high class, ultra luxurious.
This is the best part. You're touching the right point. You know what's the best part? The best part is that the government has already planned it in a way. Marjan is the peak top-notch brands coming in. Then Marjan Beach. Then you have RAK Central. Now you have Radisson Blue that has come up, right? In Ras Al Khaimah. That's one of the first properties that they have in Ras Al Khaimah.
Yeah.
So, there are segments.
Yes, exactly.
That are being announced as per the areas. So they have planned it quite well. I know the market is maturing. The rules, are not that strict. They are strict, but they will be getting more matured by the time comes in. So and again, now back to the point. Now, when you're experiencing all of this, being in the field, and by 2030, Daria is there, right? Having a portfolio of at least 5,000 to 7,000 people touched as owners, do you think there is any other agent who will be able to compete, provided the knowledge that you have, the experience that you have, and the expertise as a salesperson you have, right? Do you think you'll be touchable? No.
No, I honestly, even now, I don't look at it as competition because I don't have any. I cannot imagine like being in Dubai now selling off plan in some company or working on one building, while here you literally understand already like more than anyone who lived here since long time or who would potentially just try to get information and get also where people get information. We don't have clear tracking record of the transactions here, so they either watch podcasts or they try to rely on what developer tell them as presentations. So honestly,
soon I will be coming out with numbers as well.
They need people like us. They need people like us who would tell them what actually happening on the ground. And we live where we sell, and we are in this every day.
Now, again, one of the very common speculations. People who have invested, they're still going up. They're struggling to sell on their OPs. Go to Dubai.
Yes,
you will face the same thing.
Let's talk about this.
You'll face the same thing in Dubai.
Why people are selling below OP in such beautiful government-backed, luxurious projects with wind view and private beach access. We can name them. We can talk about Adres. We can talk about Aldar. We can talk about JW is not selling below OP, but maybe it does. Did you sell anything below OP there?
Yes. But look, again, I'll tell you what. It's a very simple fact. Okay, I don't think so. It can make a lot of noise. Why? Because if someone who's experienced as an investor who comes in, he understands this is the part of the cycle, right? If 1,000 investors end up with making 1,000%, then how will the market work, right? There is always a part. Someone gets successful with an investment, someone doesn't, right? Okay, let's understand the psyche. Real estate is basically an investment to secure yourself, your future.
Yeah.
God forbid, one of the clients who invests, he has an accident. He needs money. Maybe he has a problem with his business. He needs to pump in money.
Divorce, relocation, any reason. Yeah.
Yeah. So what will he do? He will sell this. He needs money tomorrow. If he needs money tomorrow, he needs to have a price.
Yeah, and it's not gold that you can cash out overnight. Right. There is still processing to it.
Yes, for a fact, you're very right. People misunderstood the market. This is a cycle when an area is being developed, especially like Ras Al Khaimah in general,
growing market.
It needs a time. It has its own cycle. It has its own pace. So people who misjudge, I still suggest them to keep somehow their properties, but this is a part of the game.
So is it for you more about the choice of the unit, like to choose the premium unit against back-facing unit, or you can tell like it's about the developer? Like there are certain developers that you don't touch. You don't need to name them, but still, there are certain developers that you don't sell, and why?
When you're working, you have a special way of working, right? You have a taste. You have this
style,
you like to work on that. You don't like to work on this, right? Just like we spoke, like I don't want to touch something less than 1.5 million in the last 3 years. Right? Something you like yourself as well, right? I know you like Aldar, right? So you're more focused to sell on Aldar. as compared to any other project, let's suppose a small developer.
I would buy Aldar. Maybe I'll buy Aldar.
Exactly,
You know? I
right?
love it. Yeah.
So when you start getting into a certain niche, then you start attending those type of clients, right? If you are specializing in, let's suppose, a project which has a starting price of, let's say, 500,000 going up till maximum 2 million, so you will stay in that bracket.
With that mentality of clients, right?
Right.
That tier of clients.
So I think every product has a client depending on the price.
It's like a filter.
Exactly. Everything is sold, but it depends on what price it has to be sold. Right? So everyone has a client. There are projects that are coming up and they're selling.
And we sold with premium, and basement is not yet done. We sold in the same building with premium and below OP. It just depends on the unit and flow and personal situation.
Yeah. So this is again, you answered your own question, right? So it depends, like, where you're touching, what's your type. These will be sold out as well. Maybe not now, but when people start realizing, look, 2026 end of this year is the time people should have invested. People have invested already, but those are the last time. Why? Because once off-plan is over, projects are launched, fully sold out, then you will see the paper appreciation coming into real appreciation. Transaction happening in secondary market with plus 15, plus 20, plus 12, plus 25%, right? This is where right now,
The
maybe
cycle
small,
is.
Why? Because look, Marjan is the main master developer who's dealing with all of the projects, right? So they are scrutinizing every project. And keep in mind, most of the projects, 32% of the residents on Marjan are branded. So branded residents, when they come in, they have their own scrutiny over the developer. They will not approve the designs if they're not according to their brand,
Standards.
their needs.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So one of my dear friend, he just brought in a project. Their development is, as a developer, they're not very experienced, but they managed to get such a big name.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
I have a couple. So the point is that if the brand is coming in, then you need to be tension free.
They already did their check.
Exactly. So we know that developer is not going to fall back. Why? Because we know a brand is affiliated with them. So they don't only check on the layouts, they even check on small things, procurement of the material, the next year's 2 years finances, what is the prediction. They're the ones who are dictating the prices, service charges, which will later on come in, price per square footage, rental yields or ROIs that we are predicting right now. Most of them are coming up from them, right? So these are all the things, they will come to an end, but it's just the time. Right now, people have a lot of options to choose from. That's why they're going with the best options. But once those are done, then the ones that are addressed, still available, will be the best options to go for, because you don't have enough options to choose from, right?
Yeah.
So this is all the game. There's no way. I believe in the market. It will go up. It's just a cycle that needs to be completed. Once that is completed, people will enjoy.
Well, thank you guys. That was the RAK girl beyond real estate and incredible Junaid, super knowledgeable person in this area, in this market. If you're looking for financial analyst and someone who really deeply understands the industry here, that's Junaid. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Something to say as the last advice, or maybe...
Believe in yourself in real estate. Real estate is about numbers. It's about time. It's a risk in the end, but it's a calculative risk, right?
And that's advice for investors, I suppose.
Yes, and for agents in the market, just work yourself out. You just need to have. Look, there are agents who will come in. There are agents who will leave. There will be agents who will be staying back. So it is the part of the cycle. People come in, people go. But again, if you're looking for starting your career in Ras Al Khaimah, this is the time, and you're looking for a marathon, don't go for a sprint. Right?
Amazing.